Really quickly, here's how I went from writing my first ever story at 10 years old to publishing my first book at 31. So I always say that I've been writing for 10 years because technically I've been writing full-length manuscripts, like novel type of stories, since I was 20. I just moved to Toronto, and actually I moved there to pursue acting, and I think it took maybe 2 months for me to realize that that wasn't at all what was meant for me. But this big move is what actually made me start writing, because I realized that what I wanted was tell the stories, not necessarily embody them. When I was, I think, maybe 10 years old, this girl from my hometown got published at 11. It was a fantasy novel, and it went on to be like this really long, I think like 6 or 8 book series. Me being 10, I was like, this is my dream. I have to like somehow beat this. I think I also wrote fantasy because of course I did. That's what was working clearly. And then obviously this story never saw the light of day or any sort of light at all. Fast forward to Toronto, moving for a dream that I'm quickly realizing is not my dream. Started writing. My first story was a superhero novel because back then superheroes were all the rage. It took me a while to find my genre, to find what I actually wanted to write and publish. That's when I realized that I could write stories that centered love without necessarily them being a romance. So a lot of projects later, a lot of trial and error later, this is where I've landed with Later Bloom. I describe it as a contemporary fiction novel. It's character driven, it's slow paced, it's more literary, more upmarket, more geared towards women, and it does have love at its center, but it's not a romance novel. This is how I went from writing for the first time around 10 and publishing today at 31.